Right back into it for part 2. Hello, I'm RoySFord. So a couple of you were like, okay, you got to do the whole thing. Okay, you can't just sit up here and talk about before the show without doing the whole show. 10 minutes ain't enough. Of course, Carolina, Elle, and Ornella were just some of the few. And then this happened. Andy hit me up in the DMs. He said, and I quote, "I'm actually gutted you didn't react to the whole thing." I corrected the whole reach part. And I said a bunch of like dumb excuses and stuff, whatever. I'm going to blur it out here. But you get the idea. I was like, oh, well, I probably shouldn't do all of it, but whatever. And he said, I enjoy the long reactions, exclamation point. To which my reply was, well, should I make a part 2? Do the remaining 30 minutes? Well, and then he liked it, as you can see here. Punch in, yeah, he liked it. He was like, yep, yeah. And then I was like, yep, well, consider it done. And he says, lovely stuff. Okay, so yes, I've been peer pressured into reacting to the rest of it because of you, and of course, because of Andy. So let's not waste any time. Let's get right into it.
I think I said.
Okay, gonna pick up right where I left off here.
And it's got that kind of cheesy ending. So we're just playing about with a couple of ideas. We've like tried one that really didn't work because we're trying to change the style of the song. But I sent him this voice note like a week ago.
I made a loop out of what you sent me, which is sort of this. So what I tried to do is just kind of come up with a bit of swag around that, and I kind of came up with this beat. I don't know what you guys think.
I like Charlie so much. He's just so cool. And I'll be honest, after I finished watching the first 10 minutes of it, I continued to watch it. So what's actually going to happen here is, since I've seen the whole thing, you're going to see me pointing out parts that were my favorite over the next 30 minutes. Some of the parts I'm going to be like, yes, that was my favorite part, and I'll probably go back and play it. Like this part right here, the whole music creation.
A lot of our music's like guitar driven and it kind of lends itself to a certain genre.
Maybe we take it kind of bass heavy if we
And seeing what Charlie's doing while he's like creating their music for the song For Me and You.
Go that way.
Oh, yeah, right. Subterranean.
And now the whole vibe is just because we got that roll.
Yeah, like everyone's head is bobbing when you hear that. You're like, oh, okay. Oh, I'm loving this whole music creation part because as a musician, I'm loving this part too.
Bass.
I really wanted more of this. Like when I was watching, I was like, I want to see more of this.
That was the original guitar riff, right?
First one should just be like almost background information. Second one kind of bring in more stacks in it, and the final one have like a higher on top, the artificial lower that you and Blair were talking about, stuff like that. Just so that's the part of the song that progresses throughout because...
Yeah, nice.
And everything should be singable and audible and nothing screamo.
All bands, all artists go through sort of like a natural evolution. I think that we're kind of coming to like...
Okay, let's just say this. Okay, Charlie's what, 7'3"? No, okay, what, 8'9"? Okay, Charlie is 8'9". He's a tall man. He's a tall human being, okay? Is that even a number? I don't know if 8'9" is a number. Okay, Charlie. Yes, Charlie is a tall cat. And he sits in here and really like, and I think the program they're using, actually he told me, he messaged me, let me see if I can find it, hold on. I asked him, I said, hey, quick music creation question for EDM beats for YouTube instrumentals. Which would you recommend, Logic Pro X or Reason? And he goes, Logic is basically the same program as GarageBand with more features. So not only will you get on better with that, it's also my digital audio workstation, DAW, of choice. Again, very cool cat. Hopefully you guys are following him. He's like spectacular.
A mutual agreement as to where that destination's going to be for you.
Now we're kind of trying to take that fun vibe, but like be a bit more of age and a bit cooler and a bit more current. And we've spoken with Blair, and Blair likes the idea of us moving forwards in that sort of direction.
When we do a lot of travelling, we would never listen to our own stuff if it was another artist.
I have.
You do when it first comes out?
No, I listen to it on the way to every show of yours that I come to.
But that's
get myself in the mood.
So you're not annoyed when you're there.
We can't ignore the fact.
Andy, I love it. It's just so you're annoyed. That way you're in the mood. When you get there, you're not annoyed by it. Hey, you guys, look closely. You see Logic Pro X in the back. So that's how all of their like audio is put together. I mean, obviously Logic Pro is on Apple. It's a Macintosh kind of savvy application only. But you have all kinds of sounds and effects and MIDI controllers that can go right into this. And it looks like that's how he uses that to create some of their music, or at least to create this song.
That's what you're going to be doing on stage. It's very different, but you will feel psychologically heavier.
It feels weird, man.
It is weird.
Nice.
Wow.
All right. Nice.
So Rye's just outside speaking to our manager, Blair, because we've just had a bit of a squabble, bit of a bicker.
You know, compared to a signed act, we lay everything.
Love
on the
the
table
lenses
to do
they're
something
using
like
on
this.
all of
We
these
don't know anyone
shots,
who's done it
especially
before
for these
independently.
interviews.
If we go
Because you
broke
have
on the
that
show,
shallow depth of
and if
field,
it looks like a laughing
everything's
stock,
falling off.
then
I wonder if you
we're
know
finished.
what? It's a good question to ask. Were you guys using the 50 millimeter on this, or was this all 28 to 70 millimeter punched in so that you can get that? Stop looking at me like that. I don't know.
Hello, sir.
Hello, sir.
How's it going up in the studio?
We were up until about 5 last night and started again at 12 today. So we're both a bit of a rest.
We had a bit of a band argument this morning about the show. I think everyone's getting like a little bit nervous. Got on the phone to the tour promoter and Blair and was just like, what are we putting on the line here? What's at risk? There's no one to give us the right answers or the right guidance. Like, we just sort of have to figure it out ourselves.
Well, we kind of chose to take more responsibility, and with that comes more stress. The stresses are all stuff that if you offered us 5 years ago, we'd have snapped your hand off.
Yeah, it reminds me of when we did our first show in Scotland and we didn't know if we could sell a ticket.
Wow.
I'm literally going to film.
I've been here since the dawn of man.
This is the flashback part. I like this part.
5 years ago, it started with just me and Rye.
Filmed our first few covers on iPhones. We'd record like 15 seconds, but put it into like a 3.5 minute loop, stick that on YouTube, use Justin Bieber official music video and the thumbnail.
We just caught this wave of Justin Bieber fans coming in.
There was a lot.
So if you think about it, 5 years ago, that's 2015. These guys have been grinding and hustling. Now over 1 million followers on YouTube, right? And records that have hit in the top charts without one, keep this in mind, they don't even have a signed label yet. It's remarkable. And selling out Shepherd's Bush with no label, it's remarkable.
Backlash from some of those videos. For us, it was just about finding that big break.
We spent months and months trialing members until we got anywhere near something that resembled a band.
So then a great thing happened, something that's probably changed the rest of my life. I met Brooklyn Wyatt.
A lot of people online, I was reading in the comments, people are laughing about that line. A lot of things happen, but then something spectacular happened in my life. I met Brooklyn Wyatt. It's funny how everyone's laughing at that line. That was hilarious.
So then a great thing happened, something that's probably changed the rest of my life. I met Brooklyn Wyatt.
My name's Brooklyn Wyatt, Avram, David, KenForce, Creven. On a legit, I think that is all my names.
An old friend of mine is coming to trial for the band.
Wow.
Me and Mikey got along really well. Me and him had a pre-existing relationship in another band.
Here's the deal. I think it was really brave and bold of Rye to put this in. And I'll get to it here in a second.
Like, I loved Mikey. I still do love Mikey.
Yeah, that's the line right there. We heard that because there was kind of some button heads a few months ago between the two of them. And Rye kind of made his peace with it, said, I'm done. But even here, he says...
Like, I loved Mikey. I still do love Mikey.
That's cool. That's cool. It's good to know that, they didn't, they didn't just, glaze over that part. It's important.
Not enough hot water to go around, so we have to go to the gym to shower.
Living conditions were disgusting.
Rock doesn't even actually have a legit bed.
But it shaped a mentality for us that was like, no matter what, we're gonna find a way.
Flyed schools, we flyed high streets, we even went to pop stars concerts, all to try and build an organic fan base.
That we then decided to try and put on a show for.
First ever Roadtrip gig.
To our surprise, we managed to sell about 50 tickets, and I think only 30 ended up showing up.
For us, selling tickets was insane. We were like, wow, people will actually come and see us.
One time when we were in Dublin, there was a support act that had a guitarist.
Jack, I think, did one of the most courageous things I've ever seen from a human.
He dropped everything he was doing, sacked off his job, told his mum he's getting on the plane.
And we were like, do you know what?
Cool.
This guy's got balls. Let's put him in.
I'm the 5th member of Roadtrip.
So after 3 years of living in this one-bed council flat, we managed to convince our manager to let us move out.
To a 2-bed council flat.
So much room! Goodbye, everyone.
And once we moved to our own place, we then just went hard on all content.
And a lot of these videos, you probably noticed that I have reacted to. I've actually got tons of them. If you want to go check them out, there's like an entire playlist, over 100 songs that I've reacted to from Roadtrip, which, you know, you guys are more than welcome to join. The link's right there. You go check it out.
We got to 1 million subscribers.
A few 100,000 across different platforms.
And now we can afford a much bigger place.
We've moved house!
Decided to spend the first night in a place where we know well, and that's next to each other.
We used to sleep like this legitimately.
They did. They used to spoon at Blair's because we had no other space. Now we have a whole house with our own rooms, and we still decide to sleep in the same room. Yeah. And if you look at Shepherd's Bush, it's the same kind of risk as clickbaiting the videos at the start, but hopefully the reward is we have a memory that will last our entire lives. Something that beats like moving to a mansion or getting a few 100,000 views on YouTube any day.
I'll speak to the guys and good luck. Let us know how it goes up there.
Fill me in on this argument as well. Get everyone together and.
All right, bro.
Alright, well, peace. See you later.
See you on the flip side.
Love you, everyone. Bye, bye, bye.
So it looks like the rehearsals for the dance, which you're only 18 days away from the actual show.
1, 2, 3. That's all. That's it. Yeah?
You sure?
Yeah.
It doesn't feel very cool when I do it.
So you have to make sure you're in a straight line, otherwise choreography will look messy. You're not leaving enough room for the girls to dance.
Okay, hold on. If I had to pick one person who could dance in this band, it'd be Andy. I've only seen one show, right? And that was over 2 years ago. But I've only seen one show, and out of that show, I want to say Andy was the most coordinated dancing fool out of all of them. Andy is the one who can dance. I don't know if y'all know this, but he's the one.
These girls that are with us are professional dancers, right? And they must think we are absolute invalids.
If I'm looking at the change.
I love the fact that they did go with wireless mic packs too. That actually makes it easier so you can get kind of this little stuff behind the scenes. I like that.
Like, does that change who I am? I couldn't give you a direct answer because I'm so deep into it. I've done it for 5 years.
Got it.
It's about the girls, not you!
I don't think we're faking it. I just think it's an enhanced version of what we are.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Like on camera, I feel like we are the people.
Yeah. So like in this case, you know, you kind of perform, you raise to the level of performance, but you know, there's still some genuine stuff there. But you know, when the cameras turn off, you go kind of a little bit there. But you know, I think at least for me, hanging out backstage, they were pretty much the exact same as they were on camera because, you know, obviously, you know, certain times they're a little bit more excited than others. But even hanging out backstage, it was, you know, they were still the same person.
Right. But times 10.
I'm a fool forever, thinking we could be together, 'cause I got you, but you never say yeah, 'cause I love you forever.
Yeah, definitely Andy's got the moves. Andy is by far the best dancer out of the 5. I would say that.
It's better 'cause I'm a fool.
Hello, ladies.
I'll say yeah, you'll never be your hero.
A mix, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, see, here's the deal. Just naturally, I feel like Andy is the better dancer. He definitely has it going on.
Oh yeah, that's it. Mix with the girls.
When it goes to put your number on last year, isn't it? Yeah. So then you're gonna come. I feel like you could.
You asked for that one, Ginge. Come on.
We were midway through the rehearsing, maybe like 2-3 hours in, and I was like, is this what Roadtrip is? Like, do we look like we're trying to become a dancing band now? I'm not a dancer, man. I do not know what I'm doing at the minute.
Netflix. chill with me.
Yeah, because you see everyone and it you know, maybe Rye's like a close second, but everyone's kind of just like, where do I put my hands? I don't know. Where do I go? Especially Sonny. Sonny is still trying to figure out, you know, how to like move without looking. Yeah.
Trying like really hard. This is their first time ever dancing. They're boys, aren't they? There you go.
Say good things about it. Do you think they'll be ready on 1st of March?
I don't think so.
And then Sonny joins the band.
Grace, I see 20 acting about 8, 10, yeah. I won't take no.
Being in a band that didn't work out and that you were that close to making it with, when I got this second opportunity, there was nothing that was going to get in my way.
I like to think that myself and Rye will be here until the day it dies, because we have that similar attitude of we can't give up now. And I'm 99% certain Brooke is in the same mindset.
Yep.
Sonny would be a fool to leave this behind knowing what's on the other side. And Harper, it's the best opportunity he's ever had in music. And I like to think it will be the best that any of us will ever have. I think this is the lineup that Roadtrip will end as.
A few weeks before...
You know, and here's the deal. You see that and you hear him make a statement like that, and in your head, immediately you go to like the Rolling Stones who are still on tour. Even though they're like, what, 112, 115 years old. It's possible. It's definitely possible. Yeah.
Bush. I was actually out for the day. I'd left the house and went into town and saw a necklace in a shop that had different letters on it, and saw the letter B that they had actually on display, which was the first letter of my granddad's name, Granddad Bill, who passed away towards the end of last year. He was a huge, huge, huge part of my life. I remember telling my granddad that I was going to play Shepherd's Bush one day. And to look back and think that literally less than a year later, I headline it with what are now some of my best friends is insane.
You know, I mentioned this earlier, is the storytelling about this and how, like, you're hearing their stories. You hear about Sonny and then you hear about Harper's story. And I'm looking forward to seeing more from Harper. I mean, I think we're, what, like 2 covers and an original song in. And I'm looking forward to seeing some more. Definitely looking forward to seeing some more. And this story here really like catches all kind of feelings with Grandpa passing and everything. But now he's playing at Shepherd's Bush. Great storytelling. Good job. Kudos to the guys pulling all this together.
I think I've quite wrapped my head around it fully yet.
Hi, excuse me. I'll give you this. We've got a show at March the 1st at Shepherd's Bush Empire. If you'd like to, yeah, just a little thing. Have a little think about it. Have a good day. 1 down. 3 million to go.
One of my favorite parts is coming up here.
Yeah, just bang one up.
Stick it on the windows.
Let's do it that way instead. Oh, you're covering the venue.
Nah, Shepherd's Bush, it literally says it there.
Right in the middle, can't avoid that, can you? Little 360 view. Oh, so it's a mystery. They won't know what we look for.
Yeah, it's like Where's Wally?
It's nothing like Where's Wally.
Don't patronise me.
Hello there, sir.
Hello, would you like one of these?
No worries. It's not one of these. We're playing a show at March the 1st, Shepherd's Bush.
One of my favorite parts is actually coming up here. I gotta pause it when it comes up.
Hello. May I give you one of these? I've got to get back on.
Excuse me, would you like one of these? Thank you, cheers.
Have a good day.
Would you like one?
You and Harper have a special relationship. What do you mean by special relationship?
Me and Brooke, if I remember when I first met the boys, he was as Brooke is, he's friendly, he's outgoing, easy to talk to. We kind of hit it off, you know? As friends, we're just good friends, that's all.
You reckon you'll get married first?
Married first, I reckon probably me.
Yeah?
Probably. I'll probably end up marrying the wrong person.
Some people are just on all the time. Brooklyn Wire is on all the time. The amount of nights I go to sleep at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning and I'm like, I must be the only one awake. And I'll just hear,
On the way back, should we get a Subway?
On the way back, should we get a Subway?
You don't need my permission.
There was actually a guy once that I saw on the news that did that. He lost his thumb, so he replaced his thumb with his big toe.
No.
Genuinely, yeah.
Did it work?
He was called James Byrne. That's how I know.
James Blunt?
James Byrne.
No, not James Blunt.
Yeah.
James Blunt, the one who sings Getting High and I
This little stuff right here, I love the fact that they went with a wireless mic to catch all of these little things. It's really cool that they're mic'd up, so you're getting all this audio, right? Even though the camera is kind of, I guess, in a way, being kind of like a private eye hiding out back behind them, but you're getting all of this little audio that supports the story.
So
my favorite part's coming up. One of my favorite parts is coming up.
Beautiful.
For me, Shepherd's Bush is, it's almost a statement to say, look, we're not messing about. This is what we are. This is what we want to do.
This is where we're playing. Right here. Sick in it. We're playing here.
We have put more effort into this show than we've put into anything. Everyone in this house has. It's been a collective effort.
Yeah.
As long as it's not touching the registered building, we're fine.
But we have a show.
He puts them on the floor, I guess because people look at their phones, and then they look down, and then, oh, there's a flyer. No, well, what do you know? I better read that. It's on the ground.
Here, on March the 1st. So if you want to say that, have a little look. Thank you. I'd put every single penny I have on her not coming to the show.
My favorite part right there. That is definitely one of the funniest parts right there.
Fine.
But we have a show here on March the 1st. So if you want to say that, have a little look. Thank you. I'd put every single penny I have on her not coming to the show.
That was awesome, Harper. That was really good.
Excuse me. Please. That's hard work. Don't know how she does that. Has anyone heard of Roadtrip? You look like you've heard of Roadtrip?
Roadtrip, March 1st.
Nope. Roadtrip.
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 Anyone
Buy one,
want
get one
Roadtrip,
free.
March 1st.
They're going very fast, as you can see.
We're very high demand. Hi there. Excuse me. Have you heard of a band called Roadtrip?
No, thanks.
No. This isn't a ticket. It's just a flyer.
It's just a flyer. No one. That's fine. There's loads of other people that would love them anyway. Have you heard of us before, Roadtrip? If you haven't, it doesn't matter. Have you actually?
I think I might have. I don't know if it's the same.
Oh, that's mad. Oh, a couple of us have changed, but like we are.
March 1st.
Shepherd's Bush, that one now.
Yeah. Have a little look if you want to come down.
I reckon KFC now, mate.
KFC.
KFC to take on the street back with us.
KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken. And here we are in America, we're like, of all places, Kentucky Fried Chicken. That's okay, cool.
I'd say we need this moment now. One, for the band itself, like a bit of personal pride for us all. Like, this is what the goal has been. But for the fans, like, it'd be nice for the fans to see us finally, like, take that next step.
Taken! Huzzah! It's a Tokyo Hotel! Huzzah!
But you're so vain.
I love this stuff when they're in the studio, and you know they've already broken down all the different parts already, and they know what the parts are. So they're just going back in and recording their parts and lining it up. So this is really cool.
You're sitting by the phone, calling, you are lying here alone.
I'd never listen to any of our own music. I don't think any of us would until now, because we've decided to take it on board ourselves and just go, what would we want to listen to?
There was quite a few years where like we'd be like chasing something that wasn't there, like a label or like something that we thought was going to get signed, so we had to be a certain way.
It seems dumb that the biggest part of the project that represents us didn't really come from us.
I think now we're just being who we are.
We're a boy band. There's going to be cheese involved. There just is. Right. So there's no point in pretending that we are really cool.
Now you got this. Go. Send it again. Just
go. Just feel your presence.
I can still feel you
like genuinely
next to me. Eternal.
That's literally not even what I'm singing.
After Shepherd's Bush, if we want to get to where we want to be as musicians, then music becomes our main focus, and that's where the majority of our energy needs to be.
I see you when I look to the stars. Eternal, eternal we are.
Okay, first of all, no one mentioned this in any of the comments, but just push in real quick. What is Sonny wearing? Is he ready for the pandemic? I think he's getting ready for the pandemic in this particular shot. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah. It was a good take, that was, man.
He's ready for the pandemic. He's ready.
You can just sense it. There's like an aura in the studio. I know that sounds a bit sad and like cringy and whatnot, but there is like, you can just tell when everyone in the room is feeling it and you're onto something. I think the band needed it as well. It was good for us to have that, like a moment. We've never had a drop like that. That is much better.
It's like, it has the same impact as like a big heavy chorus.
Loves
like
hearing them kind of go back and critique and you know, and qualify and quantify their creation. That's really cool. This is another part that I really enjoyed.
It's not too much. It's not in your face like.
And as Charlie was saying, it kind of suits everyone's register more.
It's this bit. Yes. This. Nice.
We're here today to film a music video, and when we have a fun time, we'll be singing along to this song. So let's strap in. Here comes the chorus. Sing, 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 sing,
Life of a pop star isn't what it's made out to be.
Arthur's verse here with Sonny at the front. But you're so vain.
And we're here. You see how Rye is. I always felt like Rye played such an instrumental part in directing, or at least the concept of each one of the music videos. And here you see him kind of doing it again.
We're going to be walking behind him and then just crowd around him.
We're not the same.
Oops. Up, take two. Up, take three.
Tell me lies, 'cause I fall for every word you say one too many times.
Woo!
But you're so vain. We're not the same. I ain't sitting by the phone.
Okay, I think that'll work. That's the time.
I ain't sitting by the phone. Calling you. I ain't lying here alone. And I know you ain't too. But I don't know how it ended up with you and him, 'cause it was me and you. I can tell you that I don't. But I miss me and you.
It's our first video in about a year to 18 months for an original song, and it's to me and you.
A music video for Roadtrip is long overdue.
The 28th is the day that the music's meant to be coming out.
I
so that's
still
Hero,
love that part of the
Understand,
music
and Me and You,
video.
but we're going to release
Now, a lot of you probably remember this one, Me and You. I'm going to put a link to it right over here so you can go and check it out. It's me reacting to this music video. I figured that would help you guys out a little bit.
a new video first, so that people know there's music coming out, and then maybe we'll come to Shepherd's Bush and see it. This is a shambles. Let's just leave. We're gonna go and do something else related to Shepherd's Bush. Shepherd's Bush! Shepherd's Bush!
Music video!
Sheep's Bush! Sheep's beard!
This is music video.
If you swipe up on this story right now, then you can listen to our brand new EP, which went out 4 minutes ago on Spotify.
It's out! Swipe up! Go get the new music! I say yeah, you'll never be no hero.
Guys, it's out. The White Label EP is finally out.
And I wonder why I think you're wonderful. Don't think about me lately, 'cause I don't want you with no other man.
One day before Shepherd's Bush, and we're going to rehearsals. I think we're prepared, so it'd be good to just go in today and touch up on everything that we already know. I'm an hour late, so Ginger's gonna kill me. I know I said we're prepared. We're prepared as far as Roadtrip can be.
I care that the show is amazing, but I know that stuff happens. And I know that if I'm responsible for that stuff happening, shame on me. But I will still love that show. It will still be that moment that Roadtrip broke through the barrier and headlined Shepherd's Bush.
I'm just gonna say this, all right? And you guys know this. I've said it earlier. Andy has got moves. He's always had moves, but I mean, here it's to me it's really evident.
Hey, we've got this one down. We've got this one down. Sorry, no, I used to remember left hand. Sorry.
Boys, well done, because I'm proud of you. You know how.
She's proud of us. Get in there. Oh, James.
Do I still feel like it's the beginning of the end? Nah, I don't think it's the beginning of the end. I don't think it is at all. I think, see how Shepherd's Bush goes, because that's my like gauge on everything.
1, 2, 3. Yes, Burke. Come on, boy. Yes, sir. Go on, try another one.
People just don't understand how around the clock this is for you. You've given up everything. You've sacrificed weddings and funerals and family outings, and you've probably lost friends along the way, and people just don't get how much of a slug you've put in, and it's all for moments like this.
I think the reception as a whole needs to be good. If there's no jumping and kids don't look like they're enjoying themselves, and the mums and the dads in stands don't look like they're enjoying themselves, like, at the end of the day, we're in the entertainment industry, and if no one's being entertained, that's when I'll know. That's when I'll know, like,
profound.
This is it.
Now, yeah, everyone knows that, you know, Brooklyn is the fun hype guy, but here you get inside of the mind of him and you see this calm demeanor of wisdom where he's talking about, you know what, at the end of this thing, it's an entertainment show. I love that. I love that.
We don't have to necessarily do it tomorrow. Where you haven't done one yet.
Bush.
It's literally, we're less than 12 hours away and you still haven't done a backflip on your own.
Let's send it tonight. I want to try send it tonight, see if we can do it.
And then see about tomorrow.
If Shepherd's Bush doesn't go to plan, does it change anything? I don't know. I think for the boys it will massively. I think they've worked so hard to get it. This was one of their goals, I know, when they started out, was to play Shepherd's Bush. If it doesn't go to plan, with what they've been through the past year, it's how much longer they can carry on doing it. I don't know.
I'll be right here, like the same consequences. Okay.
Oh, man. Cool. 1, 2, 3.
Ooh, that's just painful to watch. Even the second time watching it, it's just painful to watch. It looks like, oh, he didn't complete, he didn't commit. Not that I could be anyone to like do a backflip. I just know that, you know, when you don't go all the way up or around, you fall short of everything.
It's official. It's Shepherd's Bush Day. That's a bit mental, actually.
Just over 12 hours, we're going to be on stage doing what we've prepared for. And there's honestly nobody else that I'd rather share the stage with.
Also to like my family and stuff that are watching this, like, you know why I was away for so long, and now we can prove that we've been away for a cause and for a purpose.
What time do you guys go to sleep? You slept much or no?
Yeah, I got about 4.5 hours.
At 3 o'clock I ended up going to sleep.
Yeah, but the same as me.
We didn't get much.
We didn't get to sleep till like 4, half 4, I think, or maybe like 2 hours sleep.
Harper's just sent in the group chat a picture of the band's name, Roadtrip, up across the front of Shepherd's Bush, and it's a mad thing to see. So
We just want to entertain everyone there. That's it. We want everyone to go away and be like, we had a wicked time. And hopefully we achieved that.
So from here on out, all of the slow-mo, all of the music synced up, the sound design, a few of the sound effects, the ramping of speed,
Well, this looks pretty sick, lads, to be fair. Let's turn that on.
Ooh.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Yes, that's cool. That's cool, I rate that.
And then look.
Oh, man.
This is the stage. This here. Look at that. 3 tiers.
3. There's another one above.
3 tiers, man. And then this is where we're going to be like, London! And then loads of people are going to probably be leaning over going, we love you, Roadtrip, let down your hair.
How you doing, buddy? You alright?
Hello, mate. Yeah, this is mad, isn't it? This is mad. This is the stage, man. It's so sick.
The night before I did do a backflip on my own, I basically bottled it. 3 or 4 months of prep, doing backflips, and then to be not ready was quite disappointing. 5 minutes, 10 minutes before the show, that was like, I don't think I'm going to do it.
Save it for later.
As a surprise for the fans, we asked Jack to come and do his first solo performance with us.
It was lovely seeing Jack there.
It felt like a really nice end to his chapter for Roadtrip.
It was nice to see him happier and whatnot, and I think it was probably the best thing for him.
Yeah.
Usually in
Nice
Roadtrip,
transition.
there's always someone
Nice mask.
Usually in Roadtrip, there's always someone being loud backstage, something happening.
But those 5 minutes before the stage, there's no talking, everyone's just in their own head, preparing mentally.
I'm worrying about bumping into dancers, I'm worrying about the lyrics, I'm worrying about the choreo. I don't know what's going to happen, and it's terrifying.
Oh, there's Harvey. Hey, Harvey. And then the steady cam or glide cam all the way to stage. That's really cool. Going down the stairs.
You can just tell
All
there's an
the way to the
atmosphere.
stage entrance.
Everyone knows that this is a moment for us.
You see the place go black, the countdown started, and you know that you've got 60 seconds to get on stage, and you need to be ready.
Shepherd's back! It was meant to be just a one-night thing, but you played with my heart like a violin. I want you, baby, even though you drive me crazy. You lie and then lie on the floor.
Shot really good in it. This is good.
It's too easy, baby. All my friends are trying to save me, but it makes me want to.
It is full, too. Look.
It's full.
It's full house.
Something about you. Shepherd's Bush, how we do it?
This is like 5 years in the making. It's you guys, it's us, it's teamwork. And together over the years, we went from like 50 tickets in Hoxton Square Garden to Shepherd's Bush Empire! What's going on, Shepherd's Bush? My name is Andy.
There's been more good than bad in Roadtrip. The bad has been the worst of my life, but the best day of my life is March the 1st, 2020, without a shadow of a doubt.
What's up, London? I'm Brooklyn.
I think the thing about Roadtrip is that we just carry on and we just don't care what anyone thinks.
What's cracking, guys? I'm Sonny.
Nothing is going to stop us. The Roadtrip brand itself just stops for no one.
What's up, guys? I'm Harper.
We can tell our kids one day we headline Shepherd's Bush independently.
And hello, I'm Rye.
No regrets. I'm so happy to have lived the life I've lived for the last 5 years.
I think the experiences we went through made us what we are today. There is like a sense of like protectiveness. He's my brother.
That's cool. The edits are phenomenal here. They're really good. As you cut through, you're like, oh, okay.
I'm excited to see what happens in the next few days, the next few weeks, next few months.
I can genuinely, honestly still see us all like sad bastards at like the age of 60 still trying to give it some beans if it's not worked out. Honestly, I genuinely can.
The reverse, I like that. That slow-mo reverse, that's cool.
People keep asking me this, you know, like how was it at Shepherd's Bush, how was it to perform there? And I never have a clue how to answer this question.
When you said all of our friends and family are here and I hope this proves why we've been away for years, that hit me.
It was nice seeing our like grandparents and our like relatives, mums, dads. You could see that they were all holding back their tears because of how proud they were of all of us.
The amount of times I'd said to him, like, I'm going to play Shepherd's Bush, Grandad. But yeah, I think if he would have seen it now. And yeah, I hope he's proud.
So, what's next for Roadtrip?
And then the credit roll. Great edit at the end.
Excited to see Roadtrip live at Shepherd's Bush.
Is that today?
Start of something very exciting.
Enjoy your
And then the credit roll has, and I'm just gonna say this, the credit roll definitely has like all the different stuff in it. You got the guitar, the cutaways of Chuck's, you know, every link to every like body's social media. It's really cool. They got Charlie in there, Ghost Copy, Harvey, even Jack, even Mikey's in it. Mikey's in there too. So.
End of the show. Here we are, empty Shepherd's Bush.
The dancers, that's cool. I put the dancers in there.
All thanks to you guys. We appreciate and love every single one of you. So tired, but feel so accomplished and proud of all of us and all you guys. Thank you.
And then the production crew. You got Connor Foley, Alex. Alex is in there. Alex Millichamp.
Your mom's confetti.
CK, Robbie. That's who wasn't in this video a lot. Was Robbie. I miss Robbie. Robbie's cool. He should have been in this more, but he was behind the camera probably for most of it. Editors, you had Connor and Alex. Alex colored it. Sound design. Oh, yeah, the sound design was really good. Give it up to William George. Like, there were parts in there that were like, whoa, that's cool.
Just on behalf of
even
myself
Brooker
and
Films
the other
gets a
boys,
shout out. Chris Brooker gets a shout
We
out.
want to say a huge, huge thank you to you guys for making everything possible, for allowing us to do what we do, and for giving us one of the best nights of our life.
There you go. The entire last 30 minutes or so before the show. And a lot of you guys requested it, so hopefully you enjoyed it. I did. One of the biggest takeaways is you feel, at least going through this documentary, you feel like you know the band even more now after watching it, and you see more of their human side. Of course, with that said, I'm looking forward to seeing more music videos, more music over the next 6 to 12 months. Really looking forward to that. Anyway, guys, drop it down in the comments. Let me know what you think, especially of this entire reaction that I did for you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this long form. I know it's a little longer than most of my stuff, but hey, you know what? This one, if any of them, deserved it. And you heard my input throughout most of it in there too. So if you want a link to all the reactions of all the ones that I did, over 100 reactions to Roadtrip, you can get it right here. I'm gonna put it right here for you. And make sure to hit that subscribe button. And I'll talk to you soon.